Good morning all. I Salim, Assistant Professor in Kite Group of Institutions, presenting you basics of sensor and transducer. In this course, we study what is a sensor and what is a transducer, what is the selection criteria of sensor and transducer, why we use these sensor and transducers in our daily life. So first, sensor is a device that produces an output signal for the purpose of sensing of a physical phenomena. Physical phenomena may be our vision, our smell, any touch, any taste, anything. A sensor is a device that receives and responds to a signal. Signal may be anything, flow, temperature, pressure, it may be anything. This signal must be produced by some type of energy such as heat, light, motion or chemical reaction, etc. Once a sensor detects one or more of these signals, it converts into an analog or digital representation of input signal. Based on this explanation, sensors are used in all aspects of life to detect and measure different conditions. Typically, sensors convert a recognized signal into an electrical, analog or digital or any output that is readable form. A sensor is a device which can convert any physical quantity into a measurable form or a readable form. This is the definition of a sensor. Here are some sensors types. First, a good sensor obeys the following rules. First, it is sensitive to the measured property. It is insensitive to any other property likely to be encountered in the application. It does not influence the measured property. These are some rules for a good sensor. Then sensors suffer from the following deviations, like these are the noises. First, sensitivity error, hysteresis error, offset error or bias, non-linearity, quantization error, aliasing error, noise and drift. Here are some types of sensor. Classification of sensors. First, active and passive sensor, then analog and digital sensor. These are the types of sensors. Then sensors are classified into the following criteria. First, primary input, it is also called measurand. Then transduction principle, based on that transduction principle. Then material or technology used in that sensor. Then property and application based. Here are some types of sensors available in market, like color sensor to detect the color, then temperature sensor. The basic temperature sensor is LM35. Then LDR, light sensor to detect the light. Here is ultrasonic sensor. Here is the water flow sensor. Then here is the humidity sensor to detect the humidity. It also detects the temperature of the environment. Here is the touch sensor. So these all are the different types of sensors. Then light sensor, it is divided into three parts. Here IR sensor, photodiodes, light dependent resistors. Then temperature sensors, maybe thermistor, thermocouple, thermopile, etc. Then pressure sensor, force sensors or weight sensors are divided into two parts. First is load cell, then strain gauges, then biosensors and then chemical sensors. Here are some more sensors to detect the position, like potentiometer, and for rotating shaft or circular motion we use encoders, or for linear motion also we can use encoders. Then Hall effect sensors to detect the magnetic field, then flex sensors, sound sensors, microphones to detect the sound, ultrasonic sensor to detect the distance, then touch sensors, PIR sensor, tilt sensor to detect the angle, accelerometer, gas sensors, etc. There is a MQ series to detect the different gases like oxygen, CO2, carbon monoxide, CO, etc. Then here is the transducer. A transducer is a device that converts energy from one form to another form. Usually a transducer converts a signal in one form of energy to a signal into another form. Here the output of transducer is electrical in maximum cases. Here is the requirement of good transducer. Why we require this? Because small in size, small in weight, less weight, highly sensitive, ability to withstand with environmental conditions, and low cost. So here is the example of a transducer. Here is one person is speaking or creating sound, then this signal is measured by a transducer, and this transducer creates electronic signal. In this case this transducer may be microphone, and then this electronic signal processes and transmitted to some different place, then and the transmission is done using electromagnetic waves. Then at the another end or destination we have receiver, and this receiver detects that signal and it proceed to the loudspeaker, and loudspeaker speaks that signal that is generated at the another end, and it is heard by another person. Thank you. This is all.